Good morning, children. Today we are going to start with second exercise of chapter Understanding Quadrilaterals, exercise 13.2. Basically, we are going to study the application of all the properties of a parallelogram and rhombus here. Clear? So, let us take a quick recap of all the properties of a parallelogram. Opposite in a parallelogram, opposite sides are equal and parallel, and because we have two sets of parallel lines, then alternate angles will exist, alternate angles will be equal, corresponding angles will be equal, and we'll have co-interior angles, and sum of co-interior angles will be equal to 180 degree. Fine. What are the diagonal properties of a parallelogram? That diagonals of, first of all, diagonals of parallelogram are unequal, but they bisect each other. Fine. Diagonals of parallelogram bisect each other. So I'll be taking the questions from the exercise, and then we'll come to know how to apply the properties of parallelogram. So this is the question. A parallelogram have been drawn, and we are supposed to calculate values of x, y and z from here. So if we see, single arrow line is parallel to single arrow line, double arrow line is parallel to double arrow line. Okay, so angle number, if we see, angle number 1 is marked over here. Angle number 1 and 30 degree. Which kind of angles are these? If you see single arrow line, these two lines are parallel to each other, and this is the transversal. So it is making Z. That is why angle number 1 will be equal to 30 degree, because they are alternate angles. They are lying on different sides of a transversal. Okay. So angle number 1 becomes 30 degree. We can easily calculate value of x from this triangle, because we know one angle is 100 degree. The other angle was angle number 1, whose value we have calculated as 30 degree. So with these two angles, we can calculate the angle missing value of x with the help of the property sum of all interior angles of a triangle is 180 degree. Okay. Now coming to z. Z, if you see double arrow lines, if you see, and this lines is working as a transversal, double arrow lines are parallel to each other, it is again making z. It means z will be equal to 40 degree. Are you getting it? The angles which are formed at the corners of z, at the edges or corners of the z, they are basically the alternate angles. So here alternate angles will be equal, because lines, double arrow lines are parallel to each other. So z will be equal to 40 degree. Okay. X, I have told you, with the help of angle sum property of a triangle, we have applied x plus 1 plus 100 is equal to 180 degree. So value of x becomes 50 degree. Now coming to y, I am going to take this triangle. This triangle, if we take, one angle is x, the other angle is y, and the third angle is what? Angle 1 plus z collectively. Okay, so x plus y plus 1 plus z will be equal to 180 degree, because it is angle sum property, or we can say sum of all three interior angles of a triangle is 180 degree. We'll substitute all the values. X was 50, z was 40, and angle 1 was 30 degree, and we'll calculate the value of y. It becomes 60 degree. Now moving on to the fourth part of the same question. This is also a parallelogram. Parallel lines are not mentioned here. This line is parallel to this line. This line is parallel to this line. Opposite lines are parallel to each other. Angle y is exterior angle. Are you getting it? If you can see, I have marked angle 1 with the green circle over here in this diagram. Angle number 1 and y, they are linear pair. Okay, because they are lying on a straight line, and they are adjacent also, so they are linear pair. Angle 1 plus y is equal to 180 degree. But what to do? We do not know even 1. So how can we calculate? So for now we can leave it. Fine. First of all, we'll look at angle Z. Z will be equal to 70 degree because opposite angles of a parallelogram are always equal. So Z becomes 70 degree. This angle is 67, and if we see in this triangle, they have not named the diagram. So if we see in this triangle, we have three angles. One is Z, the other is angle number 1, and the third one is 67. So we know two of the angles, third angle is missing. With the help of angle sum property, sum of all three angles of a triangle is 180 degree, is equal to 180 degree. So value of angle 1 becomes 43 degree. Fine. Now angle 1 and x will be equal to each other. Why they will be equal to each other? Because opposite lines of parallelogram are parallel to each other, and this is transversal. So this is making Z. It means angle number 1 will be equal to x because they are alternate angles. They are lying on the either side of the means one angle is lying on the left hand side, the other is lying on the right hand side of the transversal. Fine. So x is equal to 43 degree. As we have already discussed, angle number 1 plus y is equal to 180 degree because they are linear pair. We'll put the value of angle number 1 43 degree, value of y will be 137. You must be knowing that we have transferred over here this side, it has become 180 minus 43, which is equal to 137. Moving on to the next question, it is dependent on the sides of a parallelogram. As we know that sides of a parallelogram, opposite sides of a parallelogram are equal. But if we read this question, it says that two adjacent sides of a parallelogram. Adjacent sides means one after the other. Okay, adjacent sides AB, BC. Okay, one after the other, or we can see one can be length, the other can be breadth kind of thing. So two adjacent sides of a parallelogram, ratio has been given. Whenever we have a ratio, we should consider them as 5x, 7x. So I have taken it as 5x, 7x. So if this line is 5x, opposite line will also be 5x because opposite sides are equal. Opposite sides of a parallelogram are equal. If this side is 7x, other side will also be 7x. They have said that perimeter of a parallelogram is 72. Perimeter means sum of all four sides. So 5x plus 7x plus 5x plus 7x becomes 24x, which is given 72. Value of x is 3. If value of x is 3, then sides will be 3 5s are 15, 15 and 15, and 3 7s are 21 and 21. So 15 and 15, 21 and 21. Now moving on to question number 7, it says that it has two parts. We'll be taking the parts one by one. So first part, they are TURN is a parallelogram, and we are supposed to find out value of x and y. So if we see this diagram TURN, they have not given the angles, they have given the measurement of the sides. In a parallelogram, opposite sides are equal. Are you getting it? So TU will be equal to NR. So 4x plus 2 is equal to 28. Likewise, NT will be equal to RU. Opposite sides of a parallelogram are equal. 5y minus 1 is equal to 24. So we have got a linear equation. We can easily solve it. 4x plus 2 is equal to 28. Value of x becomes 6.5. How will you get it? 4x is equal to 28 minus 2, that means 26. 4x is equal to 26. X is equal to 26 upon 4. That means 13 upon 2. 13 upon 2, 6.5. Likewise, 5y minus 1 is equal to 24. 1 comes this side, becomes plus 1. 24 plus 1, 25. 5y is equal to 25. Y is equal to 25 upon 5. That means 5. Clear? I am going back to see the second part, diagram of the second part. It says that BURN is a parallelogram. If BURN is a parallelogram, we are supposed to find out the measurement of x and y. Remember, parallelogram means here again they have not given the angles. Okay, they have given the diagonals. So which property we are supposed to look for? Diagonal property of a parallelogram. Diagonal property of a parallelogram says that diagonals of parallelogram bisect each other. Bisect each other means, as you can see that they are intersecting at point O. So bisect each other means ON is equal to OU, okay, and OB is equal to OR. Red mark line is equal to red mark line, green line mark is equal to green mark line. Are you getting it? ON is equal to OU, OB is equal to OR. Bisection means this. So we have put the values OB and OR. Well, again, it is a linear equation. So value of x is equal to 18 minus 3, that means 15. OU is equal to ON, x plus y is equal to 20. We have already calculated value of x. We will substitute over here. X is 15 plus y is equal to 20. So it becomes y is equal to 5. Moving on to the next question, it says that we have two parallelograms over here. Okay, ABCD. ABCD is a parallelogram and PQRS is a parallelogram. There is some overlapping in that. Fine. Now what are we supposed to do? Nothing else have been given. We are supposed to find out value of x. They have just given this angle as 120 degree and this angle as 50 degree. How can we calculate? See, we have to mark few of the angles. I have marked this angle, the angle which is formed at P and inside this triangle. As you can see, this x is coming in a figure. It is a triangle. Fine. It is a triangle in which one of the angle of the triangle is x. This angle we have considered as angle 1. Now, if you see it very carefully, PQRS is a parallelogram. PQRS is a parallelogram. So, parallelogram says that opposite angles are equal. So, angle 1 is equal to 50 degree. Fine. Angle 1 will be equal to 50 degree because opposite angles of a parallelogram are equal and PQRS is a parallelogram. Now, as we can see that AD and BC are parallel to each other because ABCD is a parallelogram. So opposite sides are parallel to each other. Triple arrow line is parallel to triple arrow line. Fine. And 120 degree and angle number 2 which has been marked. This is angle number 2. So angle number 2 and 120 degree will be equal because they are what? Corresponding angles. AB is the transversal and AD and BC are parallel lines. So angle 2 will be equal to 120 degree. Fine. Because they are corresponding angles. Now what? If you see this triangle, angle 2 is exterior angle of this small triangle. So angle number 2 will be equal to 1, angle number 1 plus x, because exterior angle is always equal to sum of two opposite interior angles. So angle number 2 will be equal to angle number 1 plus x. We will substitute the values. Angle number 2 is 120, angle number 1 is 50. Value of x can be calculated. It becomes 70 degree. Fine. Question number 9, it says that in the adjoining diagram, ABCD is a parallelogram and we have to find out and the diagonals intersect at parallelogram. They have written intersect, but actually diagonals of parallelogram bisect each other. So they bisect each other at O. We have to find out angle CAD, angle ACD and angle DAC. Let us see. Okay. So first angle is angle, what are we supposed to find out? CAD. Angle CAD, CAD. It means this angle which is marked over here. We have to find out this angle. Okay. Fine. First of all, if we mark two angles. I have marked this angle as 1, this angle as 2. CD is parallel to AB. So 30 degree and angle number 1 will be equal because they are forming they are alternate interior angles. See, CD and AB are parallel to each other. See, inverse Z is made. So angle number 1 is equal to 30 degree alternate angles. Likewise, 2 will be equal to 66 degree because AD and BC are parallel to each other, and BD is a transversal. They are making Z. Fine. So 2 will be equal to 66 degree alternate angles. Now, in this triangle, in triangle AOD, we know two of the angles. One angle is 68 degree and this angle number 2 is 66 degree. So 66 and 68 we know. We can calculate this angle, angle OAD. Either we name it as OAD or we take it as CAD. Okay, both are same because OAC are lying on a same line. So we can calculate this third angle with the help of angle sum property, and angle CAD becomes, angle CAD we have calculated, it has become 46 degree. Fine. OAD plus 66 plus 68 is equal to 180 degree. So OAD, or we can say it as CAD, is equal to 46 degree. Now the second angle which we have to calculate is ADC. ADC is angle number 2 plus 30 degree. The 2 is 66. 66 plus 30 is 96. Now the third angle which we have to calculate is DCA or ACD. This angle which is marked over here. So if we take complete angle ACD, this triangle, if we take triangle ACD, this complete angle is 96. This we have calculated 46, 46, 96. Third angle is missing. So we will calculate the third angle with the help of angle sum property of a triangle. Fine. 96 degree plus 46 degree plus third angle is equal to 180 degree. So we will calculate angle ACD is 38. Now we have to do one question. It says that we have a triangle ABC, and through point A, B and C, they have drawn the lines which are parallel to BC, CA and AB respectively. First of all, so you have to understand the diagram. Triangle ABC has been drawn. From point A, we have drawn a line which is passing through A. Okay, RQ is a line which is passing through point A and parallel to BC. Are you getting it? That's what they was trying to say. Fine. Passing through A, they have drawn a line which is passing through A and it is parallel to BC. A line which is passing through point A and parallel to BC. Passing through A and parallel to BC. So red single arrow line is parallel to single arrow line. RQ is parallel to BC. Likewise, from point B, they have drawn a line PQ which is parallel to AC. Double arrow. Fine. And then from point C, they have drawn a line RP which is parallel to AB. Now, if they have drawn these kind of lines, what will happen? We'll have ABCP. It will be a parallelogram. ABCR. This will also be a parallelogram. And ACBQ will also be a parallelogram. See, parallel lines, so you can see very easily. If I take ABPQ, so ABPQ, you can see that AB and PC are parallel to each other. You can see BP and AC are parallel to each other. Fine. What about that they are equal? This you will study in your higher classes, that when we have this kind of diagram or this particular thing, then B becomes the midpoint of PQ, A becomes the midpoint of RQ, C becomes the midpoint of PR. This is called midpoint theorem. Are you getting it? You will study in class 9th. So for now, you can understand that ABPC is a parallelogram, ABCR is a parallelogram, and AQBC is also a parallelogram. Okay, and in parallelogram opposite sides are parallel and equal. Fine. So let us take the LHS of proving portion. We were supposed to prove something. This is the LHS, this is RHS. I have taken RHS. I have taken this and I'll solve it and I'll get this. Okay, this is the method of a proving question. You should take either LHS, solve it, get RHS, or you take RHS, solve it and get LHS. So I have taken PQ, RHS I have taken PQ plus QR plus RP. As you can see, PQ can be written as BP plus BQ. Likewise, QR can be written as AR plus AQ. RP can be written as RC plus PC. Fine. Now, if we see BQ, AQBC is a parallelogram. So, BQ will be equal to AC. So, BQ is replaced by AC. Likewise, AQ, fine, BP will be replaced by AC because BP and AC are equal to each other. AQBC is a parallelogram, so AQ and BC will be equal to AQ will be replaced by BC. AR, we have to see over here, AR. So we will see in ABCR. ABCR is a parallelogram. So AR will be equal to BC. Likewise PC. ABCP is a parallelogram. So PC will be equal to AB. Likewise CR will be equal to AB. So if we add, we have got 2AB, 2BC, 2CA. Fine? Clear? This is what we were supposed to prove. So ABPC is a parallelogram and opposite sides are equal. So wherever we have got AC, we have replaced it with BP. Sorry, BP was replaced by AC. Likewise, BQ is replaced by AC. AQ is replaced by BC. Fine. In a similar manner, we have done that. So we have got.